Hi, my name is Jerry Pico, and I've been working with leadership, learning, and culture journeys for the last 20 years. It's something that I'm very passionate about, and I'm really happy to be doing this BTN interview regarding purpose. Does a leader's values and purpose have to be completely aligned with the company's? And what I would say is no, but it's really nice. And the thing is I mean, honestly, I mean, we all want people, leaders, to be completely aligned with our values and our purpose. And and what I would say is that for me, they need to be aligned to a certain degree, but and they have to believe in whatever the values or the purpose are in an organization, but they can also have their own set of values. And they may not be completely aligned. However, for example, as mentioned, one of the values in our company is integrity. And for us, it's key. If you don't have all the other values, that's fine, but you have to have the integrity. And you may not be the most innovative person, but as long as you're in integrity and you're held accountable for what you're doing, then I think you can be a really effective and authentic leader. But you may value other things. You may value structure, and structure isn't per se one of our values. And it may actually go contrary to innovation. But the thing is that as long as you're contributing to the purpose and to achieving the strategy, and you're working with whatever the core values are, like I said, integrity for us, I mean, I think that's key. And because I think that, but if you don't believe in the values, okay, if they're really contrary to what you believe in, then I don't think you need to work in that organization, because then you can't lead authentically, because then you're saying, okay, I'm going to, tell my employees that they need to do something that I don't believe in. And you know how authentically that's going to come across and how the employees are going to perceive that. So one of the other things about, an authentic leader is that they walk the talk. And this is something that we're working very, very, and with our executives and our leaders on, we're working very, very closely, because, we have values, we have core behaviors that we want our employees to live. And, on occasion, we will get the feedback that, well, the leaders don't do this. Why should we do it? So, and then we have to, basically what we have to do is we have to have consequences. And I think, it's really important. And what a lot of organizations are doing is they are now rewarding executives and employees partially on the goals that they achieve. And the other part of their variable compensation comes from how they achieve their goals. So are they doing them in line with the values, with the core behaviors, following the purpose of where the company wants to go, or are they not? So I think it's really, really key that leaders walk the talk, because otherwise, it's not authentic. The employees won't believe them. They'll lose their credibility. People won't follow. Okay. I mean, people want a credible leader. They want a leader that, who's going to model the behaviors that they're asking you to do. Ask any parent. Okay. I mean, I have an 11-year-old. I know every once in a while, he does something and it's like, Papa, well, that's what you do, so you can't tell me not to do that. And I'm like, oh yeah, okay. So it's the same thing in a company. You really, I mean, and it's and what I would say is that, hopefully the companies have an environment where if the leaders aren't doing what they say they should be doing or want other people to do, that they can get that feedback either from their employees or their managers. Okay, people need to call this out when people aren't living the values or following the core behaviors that they've agreed to follow. And if a leader can't do that, then they need to leave the company. I think one potential downside is that a person could potentially lose their own purpose, or kind of I wouldn't say change their values, but be swayed. Some people can be swayed or influenced more easily than others, and they can get so caught up in the company and the company's purpose and the company's values, that they might on occasion lose sight of their own. And then the other side of that, and I think that the darker side of that, and there's a dark and a light side to everything, is that it depends on who the leaders are and what the purpose of the organization is. So we've seen some throughout history in our lifetimes some very unethical, irresponsible leaders in different walks of life, in religion, in business, in government. And we've seen that a lot of people will blindly follow them and follow their purpose. We've recently seen that with some politicians. And and I think that can be very, very harmful to both the people who are following and people who can be negatively impacted by whatever the organization is doing.